Okay, hopefully this is angled up right, and hopefully you can see me and everything. I'm a one-woman show over here, which means I'm trying to record, get my shirts together and everything all on my own. But anyways, it's Chrissy B, owner of Ella's Love Heat Press, and today we're going to be making some Ella's Love tees on my 15 by 15 heat press from Planet Flame. Originally I started out on a 12 by 15, so this was somewhat of an upgrade for me. The only thing about it is when I got this heat press, it came with a little ding in it. But shouts out to Planet Flame for correcting that and helping me out with it. So let's go through this video and see how everything goes. Alright, so we're over at my heat press and we're going to set it up. This is what I mean by I had a little ding in it, but once again, Planet Flame did help me with that, so no complaints on that end. To turn it on, you're going to come over to the left hand side, switch this button right here to on, and you're going to notice that it's going to start to load up some numbers. In order to adjust the temperature, just hit the set button. I already have mine at 300, and then to set the time, you also hit the time button. I have it set at 10 seconds. And depending on what vinyl brand that you're using, your time may be different from mine. So the one that I'm using is going to be set at 310 seconds. So while your heat press is heating up, once it's almost at the temperature that you have it set as, what I like to do before I layer my design onto a shirt, I like to pre-press it. So first I get it like this, and then I place it onto my heat press. Depending on what heat press you may have, some of them pull out at the bottom. Of course, if you have a swing away, it turns to whatever direction you would like it to turn. So this one, I just layer it onto the heat press like this. I also have a lint brush on hand. It's one of my best friends when it comes to crafting. That way I can make sure everything is off of the shirt and it's a clean press. So I give it a quick pre-press for about 4 or 5 seconds. I can look right here at my timer and see it counting down. So, and be careful so you don't hit the top part of this because it is very hot. I've did it a few times, have a few marks left on me from it. That's how your pre-press look. Some people have a hard time trying to line their design up, so the next way to get you a perfect design, or kind of at least get you a line in the middle, fold your shirt in half like this, layer it back onto your heat press, make sure it's somewhat lined up, and then I do this one for about 5 or 6 seconds. And I don't close my heat press all the way. In just a few minutes you're going to see why I think that this is a very loud heat press and it takes some getting used to. So now you're going to see a line going down the middle, and that would help me line my design up so that it's not off-centered or anything like that. Also, what I like to do with pressing a shirt, I put my fingers down right here at the top part of the collar, and I count 3 to 4 fingers down as well. Alright. Alright. The design we're going to be using is this Ella's Love design. This is one of our logos that we use, so this is the one we're making right now. I still like to make sure I have it lined up the correct way. Some people have easier techniques, but this is just what works for me right now. If you have a better technique, drop it below in the comments for me so I can check it out. And what I like to do once I have centered my design, I just kind of like to count to the outside from both edges just to make sure it's the right count. I like to make sure I have it 3 to 4 fingers down. Alright, and what we're going to do now, you can layer a Teflon sheet over it, or you could just press it. It's up to you. From my experience with this vinyl, I prefer to press it first, and then after that, give it another press with the Teflon sheet over it. So. And did you just hear that? That's what I mean by it is a loud heat press to me. This right here is so I can lift it up because it does get hot. And once again, I think that this heat press is very loud. It gets the job done, but it's loud. And for me at 2 or 3 a.m. when I'm crafting and working on shirts, to hear that ding over and over, somewhat annoying, but I like to let the carrier sheet cool off before I peel it just a little bit. I'm just going to put this right here. And this is when I get my Teflon sheet, layer it over it, just because I don't want the vinyl to touch the top plate of the heat press. You never know, you can mess it up like that. And I'm not even going to close it all the way. I can tell that it's counting down. I just want to make sure I just give it a nice little coat over it again. Alright, and let's see what our shirt is looking like. All is love. So I'm going to drop my Instagram link below. If you want, you can follow it. If you also want to, you can follow this YouTube page to stay tuned for more videos and more pros and cons, more of my opinions. Hope you like it.